guys for being here today. And we're going to get the girls shaved up because we've got ladies due in just a couple of 7 days. Miss Scarlett here, Miss Cal are both due on the same day. On the 18th, Miss Jules here, she's due on the 25th, and then Miss Willow, Big Mama Willow, as you can see, huge belly here, triplets, most likely, as long as she didn't absorb the one. Cal, I had her with triplets too, but she's not as big as she was last year. So I think she absorbed the smaller one, which is fine. And I tagged her with twins, but I've never seen her pregnant with twins. I've seen her pregnant with a single, and she's deep-bodied though, just like her mama. These two are actual sisters, full sisters. They were litter sisters. And Scarlett, I pegged her with twins. Now she had a single the first time, and she had a single this last time at my dad's. Both Jules and Scarlett I gave to my dad to start his dairy with, and then he ended up having to get out because of health conditions, and I asked him if I could have these two girls back. So this is what I'm going to do. We're going to shave the whole back end here, the udder, underneath the whole belly here, and up the sides. This way, when I'm milking, nothing's going to get inside my milking system, and I milk by hand the first 24 hours to the second 48 hours or so until they actually come into their milk. we'll let you get her. This is just mainly get the back end here to get that cleaned up, so when they do the after, you can normally just wash that off after they kid, but most of the time they still have a little bit of leakage afterwards, and then it gets goopy on here and then ends up putting it on the cutter. So we wanted to make sure, and she's gonna poop, of course. Try to make it so it goes off of the stand a little bit. Thanks, Scarlett. It's because she was nervous. But yep, she's okay and good now. For now, I have a smaller one that I'll detail the udder after they've kidded. So Miss Willow's next. Okay, girl. You're all right. You're okay. Good girl. Good girl, Willow. You're okay. Yeah. It's okay, Willow. You're all right. You're okay. Oh, good girl. Good girl. You're okay, girl. Good girl. Good girl. Thank you. Right, next. Easy, girl. It's okay. Yeah, you're okay. It's all right. You're okay. And nothing about no scenery. Okay. Oh, girl. Okay. Okay. Hi, Victor. Hi, come here. Okay, pal. You wanna show us how to do this? Find out. Mm-hmm. Good girl. Okay. Easy. Easy, girl. Easy. It's okay. Easy. Easy. It's okay, pal. Easy. You're all right now. It's okay. It's okay. You're all right. Good girl. She obviously did the best. Willow did pretty good too. So that tells me my dad probably did not. I guess let's see some right here. Cal is now done. Everybody is done for the most part that I can see. Miss Willow here, I probably could have waited on her, but I wanted to get her at least up. I mean, they don't look bad. I'll make it so I can trim them up a little better after they kid. But at least this is a pre-kidding shave, which really does help out with everything, you know, that we have to do with kidding season. I'll put that down there. This needs to go back in the case. Got a lot of hair. But I'm really thinking she definitely's got twins in there. And with her bagged only a little bit up, makes me think she's probably got, it's not huge, but like I said, her first kid was a buck, and she had a pretty large udder. Her second kid was a single doe kid last year, and her udder was not quite as big as the year before, and she's definitely got twins in there this year. So with the size of her udder, I'm thinking it's probably two does. And then I got some sticky stuff right there I could have got, but I'm not going to worry about it. She's actually starting to bag up. She's about 3 weeks away. And this girl, she's got quite a bit on hair in this, I noticed. But she's so rampy, I don't want to try to force her anymore. I'm going to have to, yeah, there's a ton of stuff on this on her. I'm really going to have to try to, she's not very bagged up is what I'm trying to get at for being 2 weeks away from her due date. So she could, it's my finger you're stepping on. She could easily be having girls too. Lancelot, he is a girl thrower. So we could have a very good chance of having quite a few girls. Now, Cal is a little more bagged up than she normally is. That tells me she's got at least a buck in there. I got hair in my mouth. And that's okay too. My goal was to try to keep a doe kid out of her if she has one with wattles is the goal. And I would like to keep a doe kid out of Cal if she has one. If not, then they're just going to be freezer. I'm not sure about her, and I'm really not sure about her. But you got to remember, these two are my aerial line that's out of, like Zeus's, which is their dad, Zeus, out of that creamery that I had bought them from back in 2018. I would really like to try to save a daughter out of her, possibly, but I don't have to. Like I stated before, you know, our deal is that we're going to be doing freezer goats, and that if a doe ends up, you know, having all does and it's not something I want to keep, well then that will be a freezer goat. And I know some people are not going to like that, but it is the way that it is. We are now going to grow specifically for the farm, for our animals, and for ourselves. And I don't see the point of having to try to come up with the money to pay for some meat goats and then raise them to be able to produce meat when we already have a dairy goat who's producing milk for us, and why not be able to use them also for meat? yes, the meat is not gonna be quite as bulky and meaty. There'll probably be more bone than meat, obviously, but we're still gonna get meat from our animals. Just like, for instance, the rabbits. They are being bred and raised for meat and pelts. So, that being said, that is what is going on. And then I thank everybody for being here. I'm going to take these girls off now and put them back up. I think most everybody is done eating. Come on. Good girl, Charlotte. Thank you. This order that they're standing in is going to change, because they're going to go in the order that they kid. So, first and second will be at least Scarlet and Cal. Third will be Miss Jules, and then last will be Miss Willow. Come on, Willow, let's go. Come on. Willow, come on. Quit sniffing that. Come on. Get out there, girl. Come on. She's like, I'm heavy. Heck, she is. She is heavy. Jules? Hi. Come here. It's okay. Good girl. She's definitely the smallest looking goat I've got. Of course, Cal, she's not a very big goat herself, but she's an American. My two big girls, they're both Frenchies. Hi, Cal. Oh, I know, Mama. So Cal is my oldest right now out of my does. She is out of Granite Wishes. She's going to be 8 years old this year. She was a late bloomer. I think she was born in June. I'd have to check her paperwork just to see, but she's my smiley goat. Aren't you, girl? Yeah. She's a big mama's girl for sure. I got her as a yearling because she didn't do well in the show ring. But she is a 2-star milker. I got her to earn her star. So Miss Jules, she will be a 3-star milker once she earns her star. Hopefully this year that will happen. Scarlet should get her star, and she'll be a 2-star milker. Same with Willow. I would have to pay for the year that I did both Willow and Patsy in an extra $100, and I just don't feel like that is something I wanted to do, just so I could have those 2 goats earn their star when I know that they did. And I don't own Patsy no more. She is with a show family, and she's doing pretty well. And that's another thing, like, how does Patsy test negative for CAE? When she was out of the 3, Scarlet, Willow, and Jules, she was born the same year they were, drank off the same buckets, off the same mothers that I poured the milk in, but yet they came back positive for CAE. I don't understand that, and I think that company likes to test all their all the animals positive, so you'll pay again to have them retested, and then they come back as negative. In all reality, once you do that and pay for shipping again, you're paying just as much as you would have if you would have went to the better place to have them tested. So that's where I've learned my lesson. As soon as my eyes are good enough to where I can pull blood myself, I'm going to do it. Where I feel comfortable enough to take my Explorer, take it up to the post office and send that blood samples off, I'm going to do it. As soon as my eyes get to the point where I can do this. And I hate depending on everybody else. And it always seems like that's what I have to do now that my eyesight isn't that great. But with those new eye drops that they've given me, I have noticed that my eyes actually are clear, more crisp, and I can actually see maybe not full figures, but silhouettes of whatever is going on out my left eye. Like, I can just barely see myself, my right eye's closed. I can just barely see myself sitting down, but I can just barely see it off my right eye. Off my left eye. Before, I couldn't even see out my left eye. So I know that those stronger eye drops are definitely helping. So again, we've got, today is the 9th. So we got 10th, 11th, 12th, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We got 9 more days for Cal and Scarlett to kid, because they're both were bred on the same day. I'm assuming they're probably going to go the same day. I noticed that Cal already had a little bit of drainage that was on. I don't know if that could have been just from her peeing and then it froze like that, but she has a little bit on there, so I got to really watch her. She tends to try to go early unless she's got bucks, and then she'll go about 3 days late. I have noticed that. Especially when she is pregnant with triplets, she usually goes a day to 2 early, which is okay. And then if she's got bucks, which I don't ever recall, did she ever have all bucks? I don't think she's ever had all bucks. I think she's always had a buck and a doe. Or 2 does. Either way, that is what it is. So I'm going to get my stuff put back up. I got to move my table back over there. Max has really made a real mess of this inside here. I mean, there's nothing I can really do about it because my husband thinks that he's got to stay in here, but it is what it is. I need to actually either get this cleaned out so I can put a pin right there, but it's going to be so tiny, I don't know how well that's actually going to work. But it would be perfect because I can hang the light right there and put it over right from that beam that's sitting there. I did actually want my pin over there where the hay is sitting at in a longer area. That way I could divide it off if I wanted to have does on one side, bucks on the other, or vice versa. And then I know once Willow's kids come, they're going to be several weeks younger. So I definitely have to have a different pin for them until they get strong enough to be able to be in with the rest of the kids. So with that being said, I'm going to get cleaning and get my stuff done here. Go visit my husband who's in the garage changing the oil in the truck, and then he's going to be changing the oil in the Explorer. And then I'm going to have him cut me my boards that I need to put my rabbit cages up, and then he'll help me get those up because I need to get Chloe and Miss Iris into the hut. And I'm going to go ahead and give the boxes. I've already gave boxes to 4 of my does. 3 of the 4 actually were going at it and making nests, so I know for sure that those 3 are going to have babies, which I already kind of knew that because they got their dewlaps on. Both of the girls outside have dewlaps, and I'm really needing the boxes from the other girls who've got babies. The babies have been getting in and out of the boxes, so I'm almost thinking that maybe I might wait a little longer, but definitely middle of next week I think I'm going to pull them babies out. And they need to be put out in these cages, but I think that middle pin that I've got Blue Diamond in and her little blues and the 2 whites that she fostered from her sister, I'm going to move them down where the 2 blue does are at. And then I'm going to put those 2 blue does in the hut once I get 2 empty cages in there to be able to do that with. And I'm going to put the 3 mamas who've got babies in boxes that are roughly almost 4 weeks old now. Well, I think they're going on 3 weeks, but 4 weeks will be next week. I'm going to move them on the 3 cages on the outside, the north side of my hut, but then we have a long cages sitting on the north side of the hut, so we'll get kind of some wind still, but not a whole lot. And we'll just go from there. So thank you guys for viewing. It's coming up quick. I need to get in gear. I need to figure out exactly what I'm doing and go from there. I do this every year to myself. Usually I'm already prepared, but this year I just kind of like dragging my legs because it's mainly because of my eyesight and not just sure if this is what I wanted to continue doing, knowing that my eyes were getting worse. But now that they have gotten better, I think I'm still going in the right direction. So thank you guys again for being here, and we'll see everybody next time. Definitely tomorrow. Till next time. God bless you all.